And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Off to the races we go for a Wednesday morning, September the 27th. October will be here before we know it. Yeah, I'll be ready for all that. A chance of fog this morning as you leave home. We'll take a look at radar in just a moment to get you updated on that, to where that might be this morning. 69 right now. We're still hovering in the 60s. Isn't it great? Don't worry. It's going to be nasty, hot, and muggy before long, as we'll hit a high of 90 this afternoon. We'll look at the complete forecast here in just a moment as we get this day underway. How do you feel? Certainly hope so. We've got a lot going on today. If you missed last night's show, program that occurred out at Clarkdale, it's still on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch all of that. Also, we'll be out this Thursday night coming up at West Lauderdale Elementary for the next CTE board meeting in the Meridian area for the county of Lauderdale. See how that goes. Also, we got a special guest. If you missed out and you don't understand your taxes, you don't understand what all this is about, join us at 7. We'll have a special guest. Tony's going to be here to break this down, to let you understand exactly what's going to be happening as you cast your ballot. It's always good to know what you're voting for. All that's on the way at 7 this morning. Don't miss out on that show. Right now, let's straighten out. Let's get rid of a few sins. Set out to the Baptist Church there in Collinsville for a good word this morning.
I was talking recently about how one of the things that makes mercy mercy is the fact that God doesn't have to give it. And in Romans 11, we see an instance where instead of mercy, He gave them the judgment that was deserved. He didn't have to give them mercy and didn't. We read in Romans 11, 7 through 10. What then? Israel failed to obtain what it was seeking. The elect obtained it, but the rest were hardened, as it's written. God gave them a spirit of stupor, eyes that would not see and ears that would not hear, down to this very day. Beloved, that's a hard word, but it's a true word. As God said in Romans 9, He'll have mercy on whom He'll have mercy and harden whomever He wills. Do you have a spirit of enthusiasm and eagerness for the Lord? Well, then thank God for His mercy to you. Do you have eyes that see your own wretchedness and the beauty of Christ and His gospel? Well, thank God then for His mercy to you. Do you have ears that have not only heard the good news, but heard it as an attractive and lovely melody, and you received that song and now you sing that song yourself? Thank God for His mercy to you. God will have mercy on whom He has mercy. Praise the Lord for showing amazing mercy to you. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. Always good to hear a good word from Brother Ben. Matter of fact, Brother Ben will be in with us on Friday as we celebrate association with them being 1 year coming up on Friday. Isn't that great? Time flies. It does. As we get up this morning, we're learning as we look at news stories that are shaping America. Who's getting sued this morning? It's Amazon, the U.S. government suing them. They're saying that, they're warping the trade market online. We'll see how that turns out for them in court as they go after that. This is one of those touchy subjects that a lot of people don't like to talk. When you've got loved ones that pass away and they go off to a funeral home, and sometimes, you remember when the body was stolen? Was it a year and a half ago in Chicago? And it had a Mississippi connection. The guy died. They come pick his body up. They take it to the funeral home. They leave it in the car overnight instead of taking it on in. Somebody cut corners, so to speak. Well, the car was stolen, and it had a Mississippi connection. Well, this time in the news, a little bit different as to what happened. As they were taking a body in the funeral home, they dropped it down some stairs. Family's upset. They said it dented the body. They're suing the funeral home. I'm not even sure what to say about that. Odie's the same way I am. I can see him out of the corner of my eye over here. Confusion. But things do happen like that. It's going to be a nasty lawsuit. And speaking of lawsuits, I don't see where this is coming from. Hunter Biden is actually suing somebody? Yeah, he's suing Rudy Giuliani over the access to his computer. Do y'all remember all that when Rudy was showing the pictures? He's suing him for that. I guess it goes back to who owned it at the time. Yeah, from the computer guy who actually owned it because he didn't come back and pay his bill, so it became his property. I don't think he will win, but this is America, and it is the land of the strange some days. We'll see what happens in court on that. We have another person that the U.S. government is trying to show what you shouldn't do. What I mean, January the 6th, another person headed off to jail for 4 years. What did they do? They called him a traitor. He was yelling something about protect the Capitol and running towards it, and they're making an example out of him. You see more and more of this every day. I've never seen this before, and what it is called is someone trying to get on the good side of a certain group of people, the United Auto Workers who are striking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I think it's up to over 30 plants shut down now, picketing. Mississippi has joined the picketing over in Jackson area. Joe Biden has joined he went out yesterday and walked with the picketers, becoming the first president to ever do that. Wait a minute, what is the word I'm looking for? It's called sucking up to the union is what that is, isn't it?
And they still haven't come out and support him because
they're still mad at him. So he's trying to really get in good with them. A sitting U.S. president has never done that. We also see that this morning it could be somebody's lucky day as the Powerball jackpot over 800 million. I think it's 835 million, the last actual number that I saw. It's getting bigger and bigger. Man, I hope somebody wins that could really use it. We'll talk about looting and things that are going on. We got a lot to talk about this morning coming up at 8 o'clock. I hope you'll be 7 o'clock. Let me get my numbers right. Some days I get my days wrong. Sometimes I get the time wrong. We'll be back in just a moment to discuss all this.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
You've heard us talk about our friends at Grayson Optical. Well, they're there to help you out. What other type glasses that you need? What I mean by that is you can come in and have your lenses cut, pick out your favorite frames that will look best on you. The great thing about dealing with Grayson Optical here in Meridian is they're there for you. As we all know, screws fall out. We sometimes sit on them. You break an arm, and you got to have your glasses to see. They can make them custom-made just for your reading glasses. Bring in your prescription. Let them go to work for you. They have it in no time flat. And very, very affordable. It was like $99 for a pair of glasses. It's well worth it. See them. And if you're like me, you probably need a couple pair made. Have a little stash to the side. Donnie will help you out with that. Locally owned and operated, working here since, I want to say 1996, that's what it was. Look at that. Eddie Bauer frames and a whole lot more. Maybe you want to get prescription sunglasses. They do that also. Whatever the need is when it comes to your eyes and those glasses that you've got, Grayson Optical is it. Again, you can find them here in Meridian on 24th Avenue, 693-6374. Drop in today. You'll bump into a friend, and, well, it makes it easy to deal with when you need replacements. I promise you on that. So one of the things that happens. We'll be right back with your forecast right after this. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. And welcome back as we get this day started. Let's get into that forecast now and just find out exactly what's happening.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Well, as we look at those record highs, record lows, back in 19, it was 97 degrees. Somewhat, 7 degrees hotter than it's supposed to be today. Back in 1899, it was 39 degrees, a cold one there. The outlook for today looks as though the Meridian area about 91. 90 to 91. We do show that eastern Clark County could get somewhat of a sprinkle there. We'll have clouds and sunshine rolling right on through Kemper County as we make it to Columbus Air Force Base. About 89 as we head back over to the Mississippi River. The warmer it gets. 94 at Greenwood. Down in Natchez, about 91. And you can expect to be a little bit warmer as you head toward the coast. As we move into Bama, let's take a look at 87 in Demopolis there at the river. We should see around 89 there in Livingston, Alabama. Even cooler in Birmingham, 84 is what we're looking at. Let's see here. Now, fog. It's not heavy, but I have heard mention this morning of a little bit of fog in those low-lying areas. So watch this in between now and, say, 9 o'clock. Make sure that you don't get into anything. Good morning from Conahatta. See y'all up and at 'em there. As we look at this forecast for this time of year. As we show you that 6-day, 10-day outlook, it's warm. Moving out of Texas into Mississippi, it's hot. We've got a lot of it. Above average as we even go northward up toward Illinois. Now, the 7-day outlook calls for anywhere from 89 to 90 today. As we move across this, we'll see that tomorrow brings about 87, and it's going to hold steady in the upper 80s all the way through next Tuesday. Rain chances moving out after tomorrow, and it's only a smidgen of a chance. Not much at all. As we look at the temperatures all the way through August the 11th, let's go another week. We still see upper 80s to 90 each day. Sunshine, the biggest chance of rain we're even going to see. Look at that. On Saturday the 7th at 10%, so don't expect any burn bans to be going away anytime soon. That's not going to happen. So if you've got limbs and debris that needs burning, leave it alone, pile it up. It's not worth striking a match, and we have an issue with that. Now, as we go to the tropics to see what's going on today, we see that we still have, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Philippi. He's a tropical storm out there at 46 miles an hour. Millibars are at 1,003 this morning, and we do have a second storm that's making its way, is traveling in the path of this, a 90% chance of it becoming a tropical storm next. We'll watch it closely. No threat yet to the Gulf of Mexico. We're watching as all of this plays out each day. So what happens on the fishing forecast, as Chet's Paint and Body tells us, 10 o'clock today is the time to be on the fishing bank. Grab your cane pole, some worms, and you'll be good till about lunchtime. Hang around till about 12:30 should be your best. The wind's going to be east-northeast, 5 to 10 today if you're out kind of cast that lure in the right direction there. We're already at 18 till as we're standing by getting ready for the morning show. Again, we're going to have a big one on the way to discuss what's going to happen, taxes, how should you vote, where will you vote on the bond issue, $12 million. Can your household handle the budget? Can you take that increase with, there's probably, and if I'm not mistaken, we're going to dig deeper into this, there's probably more tax hikes on the books that haven't taken effect yet. And all of that, well, it takes away from your bottom line. No one's dissing students at all. We'll go more into the discussion of this beginning at 7 this morning. Don't miss out on it. We got Odie. We got everybody standing by. We'll see you bright and early in about 10 minutes from now. Tell a friend, share it, let everyone know what we'll be doing in a few moments here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.